but I can't hear you. So what could be going on, JD? What do you think? I did sign up today, correct? Seems like love should be easier to bear, but
No, don't mute. Who's hand calling?
Hank. Hank?
You're alive and we can hear you.
Oh, but I hear you all.
Mute it.
You have to mute the phone in case you get.
Putting out a call to the warrior in you, to the healer in you, the king, the queen, the magician, the lover in you. Every single day, we are called to walk in our purpose. Answer the call. Lay down your burden and anything that holds you back and take your rightful place. The battle is everywhere. It's right in your face. Let's go.
Welcome to Magnets, Crystals, and Pyramids. Success is your destiny. Love, wisdom, power. Remember always who you are. Yes, yes, I am. Love, wisdom, power. Yes, yes, I am. Love, yes, power. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Love, wisdom, power. Yes, yes, I am. Love, wisdom, power. Master. Yes, I am. Yes, love, wisdom, power. Yes, I am. Say yes, to yourself. Yes, I am. Protect. Yes, I am. Master. I am. Yes,
I can't hear you. I heard that, but I can't hear you. I'm turned up. All right, I'm gonna try and see if I can get mirror camera audio again. My audio is there. Default internal speaker built Zoom audio device. Hank, can you hear me? Reduce mic background, stereo audio, echo cancellation must. All right. Bye. I know. Keep muted when I'm unmuted. It's muted. What the heck? StreamYard is your audience. I can't hear you. The host says unmuted your mic. Okay. Can you hear me? Because I can't hear you. Okay.
Okay. Now, what about now, Laji?
I can hear you now.
All
So
right.
what'd you do?
It's just making an adjustment. All right, family.
You did.
We got everything straight with the sound. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for Sean. Thank you. Okay, thank you, audience. Laji, welcome to the show.
Thank you, my
How was your
brother.
weekend, bro? Tell me how your weekend was.
Weekend was very good. I don't care how it actually was. What I'm gonna say is it was very, very good. God has been blessing me so long. How was your weekend? Hope it was
Okay.
good.
Weekend was interesting. It was an interesting weekend, family. I want to share with you. Last week we had a guest on that was brought on by California, and this guest said some words that YouTube didn't like, and he took the whole 3 hour show, which was incredible, an incredible show about remedies. So one of the things this brother spoke of, his name was Brother Haru. He spoke of the remedies of dealing with Dancer with a C. I'm not even going to use the key words because I'm starting to wonder about the is there bias on this medium. He spoke of Dancer with a C and the remedy, and one of the root causes for illness and disease and people having Dancer with a C is parasites, and it's been known by the medical establishment since the late 1800s. However, they can't make any money getting rid of parasites. So he brought up remedies, multiple remedies that cost like dollars and cents, and they took the show off the air. And he also spoke of that he could personally cure Dancer with a C for less than $3. I'm talking about bucks with zeros on it. And the minute he said that, whoop, they pulled that, and then I protested and put in an appeal, and they did not acknowledge. So I'm going to show you the website. I'm going to roll the website on the banner along with Y Power, because the Y Power is an incredible product. But what good is a good product if let me make some space in between them. What good is an energizing product if you got the cooties on the cellular level? So this past weekend, special acknowledgement to California, Monique. They had our brother doing a presentation about getting rid of the cooties on the cellular level. And it was quite, when I'm saying cooties, that's parasites. So remember when we was kids, Logi, what you said when we had the cooties? Remember that?
Yeah. Didn't mean parasites though.
Yeah. So they found, and the 1808, he pulled up medical, and you can find it on the internet, where established medical system, medical organizations in the 1800s and 1900s, early 1900s, said that just about 90% of the challenges of Dancer with a C is parasites that you get from dairy, meat, poultry, and you eating them, but in the meantime, they're eating you. And they feed on sugar, dumplings, starch, and they had a personality. And then at Nicholas, they showed a mask that was taken out of a Dancer with a C mask, put it on a plate, and shown that they had sweet substance on one side of the plate, and the mask started moving like the thing across the plate, Logi. And then when they put a piece of garlic on the plate, the mass moved away from the garlic. So it has a consciousness, a spirit, and they act more organized than folks in the hood. The mass, the cooties, the parasites are organized. The parasites act with organization and collective energy, and it literally can possess your personality to say, I want a candy bar. I want candy. So You have to be mindful. You ever have a guest come into your house and say, "I'm hungry"? You ever have that happen to you, Logi?
Only little kids.
Yo, I've met grown kids that walk in my front door, don't know me from a can of paint, and say, "I'm hungry." So wherever you're listening from, post it in the. Yeah, I did, Sean. I posted it in my stream. I saved it on my stream. I just got to figure out how to transfer it, then figure out. I guess I have to eventually open up a Rumble account or a Patreon page and all that stuff when I got time, so that they're all connected.
Have
So that
a VP do it for you.
what?
What do you call it? Virtual assistant, VA. I can do it for you. They don't charge that much at all.
All right.
This way to get done, and it's done, and all this jewels that you got are saved.
All right. Now everybody wants something, and special acknowledgement to King Simon, and Tomika, and all the healing facilitators that was at Nicholas on Sunday, and it was a very good event. Brother Duke was there filming. Kathy Davis was there. Everybody was there. Everybody who was somebody was there. And we had a great time in the local community, what we're talking about. We had a great time. They had some good cake. Kofonia, that was some good cake. Where's Kofonia? We got to get Kofonia up in here to bang some bells, play some chimes. JD's on the way back. I want to thank Kofonia publicly because that was a great show.
I was talking to that. I mentioned to you that already.
What?
That I had talked to the brother, and he was telling me that he spends most of his time in Africa, but next year he will be doing a course. But the book is dropping all the information that we would need to understand the process, because the process.
Yeah, the book is on the website.
Forwarded to voicemail.
Hold on a second. Hold on, family. Okay. I just asked Kofonia to join us for the purpose of going over this incredible weekend we just had. Let me send her the link, y'all. Let me see. Bear with me as I pull up. Hold on. Okay, invite guests. Okay. And so go to that website called herbalresults.net. And now remember, that's to do the exorcism, the cleansing, and the Y power is the regeneration. So you can't have one without the other. What good is supercharging a cesspool? And that's what our bodies have become due to the processed food. They had one lady, I think she was a Haitian lady, Logic, got upset, stood up and started talking. What? Don't talk about dumplings. And, he started talking about different types of rice, feeds the cooties.
Oh, yeah, he was.
And there were some folks having, this lady having a cognitive, she was having a moment, she did everything except say, Kisa, What?
So what was she upset about?
The information about the food. Listen, we eat basically occupationalist food. We eat, some people call it slave food. Soul food was originally, the worst part of the pig was left, the pig tail, the pig balls, the intestines, and our ancestors got resourceful with the spices and made something nicest.
They're doing that right in Peru now too. One of 8 of all the countries in the world that don't grow GMOs and don't have GMOs imported. They eating everything on the animal's body, and they got delicacies of the intestines and so forth and so on, and they eating that all the time. But they don't import and they don't grow. They don't allow import of GMOs and they don't grow it in their country. Only 8 countries in the world do that.
And also your big man, Mr. Bill. I'm just gonna call him Mr. Bill. He got indicted by the Netherlands.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, he got indicted. So we're gonna see how that unfolds. Mr. Bill. We're gonna call him Mr. Bill.
Yeah, or else you might get taken down again if you don't.
Oh man, let me tell you, like a fly swatter, holding a fly swatter over our heads. But there's somebody watching them too.
So I heard that these orders of monitoring and censoring the internet and all these social platforms is coming directly out of the White House. So
well, no, just say use paraphrasing, brother. Use paraphrases. Use paraphrases. Because I'm on probation. All right.
Okay.
I'm on probation.
I heard that our uncle is telling these in fact, giving them orders right out of the executive branch to do what they've been doing. It's not really coming from them exactly. It's coming directly from that branch.
The Black House. That's
Black,
in D.C.
The Black House.
All right. So listen, hey, Laji, the Black House in D.C. Hello. Now, the Big Show, Joe Rogan?
Yeah.
People put in the search for his interview of Trump.
Oh, don't tell me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's in the news too.
Wow.
And they made it disappear on this platform.
I'm glad I saw it.
They said it was over, I think it's around 20 million views. But then when somebody wanted to go and search on this medium, it wasn't showing up at all. So where's that coming from? The Black House in D.C.?
The Black House and our uncle.
Oh, man.
Good old Sam.
But what happened to his son that was had that toxic laptop?
Oh, all that disappeared. All that disappeared. I was checking it all out. All that disappeared. And in fact, straight from the White House, the conversation that we're having in code right now, they're telling them, don't let anybody say it. And if they do, take it down.
Wow. Hold on. Here's California. Hey, California. Welcome to Magnus Crystals Pyramids.
Hey. I'm on my other phone. So, it was a little technical problem. So I said, let me just call.
Yeah, just call. You're live. I was just sharing with Laji and the audience about this action-packed weekend. And I did put up Brother Man's website, herbalresults.net, next to the Y Power, because I said, what good is taking Y Power if you got the cooties? So,
right. That's true.
So we wanted to acknowledge, thank you for having such a majestic presentation.
Oh man. Let me tell you, Rising, I am still at that place, at that frequency that he was on. And people, I just want to tell the audience out there, don't sleep on Nicholas Brooklyn's events of transformation, because it's truly a transformative frequency that happens when you attend these events. And the fact that the brother was on providing, it was like a class. I told him he should do like a class so we can be certified in what he was teaching, because he came with all of the receipts, right, Uncle Hanky, and you were there, and he came with all the receipts
and the videos
and the video presentation and his book. Family, get the book. because you would be able to not only save your life, but someone else's lives as well. And the fact of it is that when we talk about parasites, they're very deadly.
Deadly cooties.
Yes, I'm telling you. So the fact that we have someone that can break it down like like he's talking to a 7-year-old.
Yeah.
And people get it. I mean, the audience was, it was supposed to finish at what time? About 7:30 or so.
You didn't finish till like 10:30.
Like about 10:30, right?
Yep. It was about 10:30, fam.
Huh?
It was about 10:30.
About 10:30, we got finished, and it was so good that he just took the time to answer everyone's question and how they could eradicate certain things from their body. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then there is a way, so.
And special acknowledgement to Catherine Davis, because.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And to Lloyd Strayhorn, and to you, Uncle Hanky, for getting the word out and everything like that. That's very important. And the other thing is, Uncle Hanky, that he's coming forward in December. So all those people who missed out, and we had to turn people away. That's the funny thing, because Monique kept on saying, California, we don't have any more space. We don't have any more space. And I said, okay, we got one chair over here and one chair over there. You know what I mean? So it was really, really heartfelt. And the brother, Dr. Haru, he doesn't like us to call him Dr. Haru, but he does have a doctorate.
He's an attorney.
He's an attorney as well. So he knows how to navigate when he says certain things. And I want to let the family know that we are going to have a video available, but we're waiting for it to get edited and everything. And as soon as we do, more than likely we will invite Brother Haru on the show again.
And you know what was really wild? Tell them about the mass that was taken out of a woman's breast and how listen to this. Family, listen to this.
Let me tell you, there was a mass that was taken out of a woman's breast, and they did an experiment. They put, I think it was it garlic?
Yep.
On the plate. They put garlic on the plate, and the mass moved away. And when they put a piece of gold or something, it was a gold piece, you could see this thing actually move. And it wasn't a magic trick or anything. You could see it move towards it, and you could see it moving, repelling. I mean, he has all of the stuff, y'all. This is not any, I'm, a talker. This is a doer. This is a person that has all the science-backed information. And not only that, he had live testimonials.
And it's also on the website, herbalresults.net. All the testimonials of people getting rid of parasites, what we use it on this channel, cooties, getting rid of and you could see the video. Tell them about the video of the cooties swimming around in between the cells and everything.
Oh, listen, they really missed out. They really missed out. And, those who have eyes and ears to hear will hear. And sometimes you have to, you might not feel like going, but we have people coming from far. We have people coming from New Jersey. We had people coming from, I think, Connecticut, Long Island. And some people came on Sundays thinking that it was happening on Sunday, but that was at Simotep. And guess what, Uncle Henky?
What?
I went there after our Sunday event with King Simon,
Mm-hmm.
and he was still going strong.
Wow.
Because I went to go pick up 2 other bottles of olive leaf for my family. And we went over there, and it was still full. I mean, if I would have came there early, he said it was only standing room only.
Wow.
Because people want to know.
People want remedies.
They want remedies, and these are not remedies that will cost X, Y, and Z amounts. I'm not going to say it, X, Y, and Z amounts. It's something very simple, in your cabinet. You might be able to find some of the solutions to your issues. But we really, really must understand what is really happening in this world. I mean, there's good things happening, and there are good people in the world more than what is being projected. There's more good than bad, but it just seems like the negative side of the thing is being pushed more, because how people can be, unfortunately. But I just give thanks to you, Uncle Hanky, for having Brother Heru on the program, and I also give a shout out to Miss Bliss too, because she also helped. This is a collective vibration. This is just not one person saying, "Oh, I'm going to do it by myself and I don't need any help." Community, Ubuntu, is very, very Ubuntu. Did I say it right?
Yep.
Ubuntu. Yep.
Ubuntu is very, very important in this time more than ever. This individualism is not for the Sun people at all, and we are getting caught up in that. So I just want to thank everyone for supporting Uncle Hanky's platform out there, because he's part of our team as well. And we received a moringa and cilantro powder. Have you been taking it, Uncle Hanky?
I haven't tapped into it since I opened it up and ate some at Nicholas. Have you been doing the Y Power?
Yeah, I've been doing my Y Power too. First thing in the rise is my Y Power.
Oh.
That's what I do.
First thing in the morning.
That's what I do. And I haven't did the tub yet, but I am going to do it.
Kafunya, I think and Laji, we said it earlier, the Y Power supplement and the herbal results is a good complement to each other, because herbal results show you the simple steps to get rid of parasites, and the documented testimonies you'll find as far as people having success with advanced stages of various illnesses. And Y Power has amazing testimonies of people regenerating. So as I said, you got to have you got a clean house with herbal results, and then you got to regenerate with Y Power.
That's right.
What do you think of that combination, Laji?
100%. And our brother also has 100 different other formulas. So I think that some of
Y Power
variations,
variation.
He does?
Yes. Imagine dealing with that and getting back total recall of mind. Imagine having that. And you were saying something about the parasites. Okay, so let's knock out the parasites. But in one of the scriptures called the Ramayana, or it's also called Maharamayana is good. They were talking about how this powerful guru was able to go into an atom, right? And when he went into that atom, he saw a whole solar system, right? And this went on ad infinitum. Now, imagine what a cell is. If an atom is a solar system, could a cell be a country or a community? And imagine if you get that community because of what we're putting inside of our bodies, and we're rejuvenating and regenerating our thought patterns to be thoughts of God and thoughts of light, right? What would then happen to our whole body and our whole ability to control our body, and, or rather how this temple of God would then be able to manifest immediately because we thought right. And so the temple, this crystal temple, would be able to project manifestations instantly.
Now, Lazi, when and Uncle Hanky, when is this other product going to be made available?
We first let's just deal with this one because
okay, the Y power first.
Yeah, dealing with the Y power.
The first stage.
Yeah, this is first stage.
Okay.
You know, I admire Brother Haru because he doesn't give a damn about living or dying, but he does provide a platform that they can't stop. If you go to Herbal Results Family, you can download an ebook that has all the links to show you the hard evidence.
Evidence, yes.
You know, so he says, you know, the reason someone asked if he had a hard hardcover book, and he said it wouldn't provide the links to show you where the document from the 1800s and the early 1900s.
I asked him that too. I asked him, did he have a hard copy? And he said, no, because of that very thing. You know, you check out the links and you go in there. That's another level in writing books. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly. I think that's a great idea, you know, because if you have the hard copy book, that means that you're going to have to write down the www. Whereas when you have the ebook, you just go and click right on everything. So that's a brilliant idea. Well, he's an attorney, and how he it was like said, it was like we were in a courtroom.
Yep.
You know, the way he reach out. Oh my God.
PowerPoint evidence.
Not only that, he made it so simple. It's not like this complicated thing that you got to study physics or any other kind of stuff. It's like, this is simple. Bust it. Do this. You know what I mean? That was the other thing I liked about it.
And that's why I said it's rare for a brother of his quality to come through, because we got herbalists in our community.
Yeah.
We got so-called healers, and you know, but no one has done a master teacher makes everything look so simple.
That's right.
And the Brother Haru is a master teacher because he presents it in a way that a child can understand. You know,
it was so simple. It was like
stupid, almost stupid.
Yeah.
That's how simple it was.
How come you didn't come? Where do you
live? Logi's in Atlanta, Kafunya.
Yeah.
He lives in Atlanta?
Yeah.
Sometimes
so we gotta make sure we get the videotape to him as well.
I contacted the brother, but I went straight to it was online. I went while it was on Magic Crystals and Pyramids. I went straight to his website because I was behind. So I wanted to hear what y'all were hearing, and he's crack-a-lacking. He's dropping it like it's hot, you know. And he's a humble.
We are very, very grateful for his presence, because they don't come around like that. Like Uncle Hanky was saying,
they don't come around.
A comet coming around, and it only comes like maybe every 1,000 years or so.
And his price isn't hundreds of dollars, family.
Thousands. It ain't thousands of dollars.
It's thousands. Like there's some people, you know, healers in our community that will charge you their next month's rent and their college tuition.
Yeah.
Right.
This is reasonable. And Samat Naturel, look at the website. We have them scrolling at the bottom of the screen, the two websites. Type it in and go there.
And if any of your families are having any issues by getting their temple realignment and getting in alignment again, you can reach out to Brother Haru with an email, but you have to say, well, I heard it on Unc Rising Sun's show, because he's getting thousands, you hear me, of calls and emails. So when you put it in the subject box, I heard him on
Magnets, crystals,
Unc
pyramids.
Rising Sun's show, and put that in the subject matter, and he'll pay attention. Not that he's not paying attention to others, but because he was just in New York and everything, you know, a lot of people are reaching out. Can you imagine that he didn't, you know, before he came to New York, he had a lot of people reaching out, but it's even more because it was standing room only in Nicholas, and that must have been about 100 people or so. And then at the chemotech, it was crazy crowded even when I went there after 9 o'clock.
Well, you know what we got to do it, Nicholas. Consider this, Monique. If you're listening, and Kofunya, have enough chairs to put them in front of the store, and have a dual screen so the people can watch outside who are strong individuals, and then you have the old people and the women and children on the inside of the store, like they used to do in Harlem years ago. They would have it. Tell them, Laji, how they would do it in Harlem years ago, outside the mosque, temple number 7.
We would get the chairs and sit out there, especially the young ones. We just sit right out there, right up on the window.
Yeah.
You know?
And sit outside the store
on 16th Street.
And have it right outside the store with a screen.
Yeah.
So they could watch right outside the store, you know, the warrior class, and then you have the others on the inside.
That's a great idea.
You know what I was also interested. What I was also interested.
Great idea. And
what I was hold on, hold on one second.
Because I know when he comes back, it's going to be even. We might have to do it in restoration too.
Yeah, Laji, what were you saying?
One of the things I really I admired about that brother. I put in the I contacted by email. He contacted me just like that. I mean, he was, you know, so open and so humble and so, you know, like cool. And so if you email him and tell you got an issue, he's going to contact you right away.
You know, there's another thing that he did that I found admirable. He said he does free consultations, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he does.
Family, we have folks out here that will charge you several $100s for a consultation.
On that caliber.
But and it's not on that caliber.
Yes.
Not on that caliber, family.
No.
So I told him, I said, listen, you're like a herbal Malcolm X.
Yeah, his thing is truly next level.
This is next level, fam.
Or Albert Einstein, who happened to be melanated.
He is like Sabi on steroids as far as his because he provides a book, a guide. You know, Sabi had solutions, but this brother's showing you how you can become your own herbal master of your health for yourself and your family. So the information it can go viral.
Now he was saying to me, he said, Sister Kofunya, she can't hear me. She can't hear me.
Years, but when he got in contact with me, you know, via King Simon, because when he mentioned my name to King Simon, he said, "Oh, I know Sister Kofunya," and the rest was our story.
Yeah, Laji, what was you saying?
Sister Kofunya, can you hear me?
Oh, loud and clear.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me?
I hear you clearly.
Y'all was getting excited and trying to talk at the same time. I hope the temptations, the moments, the stylistics don't do that. Get all excited. Go ahead, Laji.
The thing that he's also doing is he's not nowhere near exorbitant prices. And he was saying, and I was saying to him, I was telling him about how the climate, you know, with the sinister forces, how they come after you, and he said, look, I ain't even worried about it. He says, imagine if I hide and I keep this to myself, and so many people end up, you know, terminating because of it. He's saying, look, if whatever, God is on my side. God is protecting me, and I'm going to do this no matter what. I mean, I thought that was, and not only that, but the prices that our other brother that was terminated. Can we say terminated? Unalive. Okay.
Logic. You got to remember, you can't drop people's names, certain people's names. You can't say anything other than unalive. You know, so take your time, brother. Take your time. We're going to listen. We ain't going nowhere.
But that product, they're charging such high, exorbitant prices for those products now that brother is unalive. And he's making it so you can get it and you can use it. And then the knowledge, you know, I gotta definitely honor, admire, extol, and send love to him. Now, I told him that, and he was like, and that's when he broke it down. He said, "Look, I'm just gonna play it like, you know, this is what we're supposed to do, and we know this is what we're supposed to do. We got to get it out there."
Exactly. Exactly. You know, it's like, and then when he was at the lecture, he was saying, what is this kind of censorship that are we slaves that we can't say this, we can't say that, and all of this bullshit.
Yes, but Kafuni, guess
my language.
They just did that to Joe Rogan show when he interviewed Trump. They couldn't
recently.
Yeah, they had between 16 and 20 million people watch the interview on Joe Rogan interviewing Trump. They asked Kamala to be on. She says she's too busy. Okay. And then it was in the news that for whatever, I don't know if they fixed that problem, but people couldn't find the link to the 3-hour show. What Laji was saying. Laji, tell them what you were saying.
The show, fortunately, I was able to watch the show, and they had 5 million people watching it. As it went on live, and
when was that, Laji? When was that?
Was it day before yesterday or yesterday?
Really?
Yeah. And if it wasn't the day before yesterday, then it was the day before that. But it was on. 5 million people were watching it right there. And one of the things I liked about Joe, he didn't let Brother Trump go on and on and on. He got the questions in.
He got to the point.
Trump held back, let him get his questions in and answer this question simply. And he also asked me, he said, what are you going to do to stop this war that they're trying to have? And he said, I can't tell you that right now, because then that will mess up the strategy. I can't put that out there, because then the sinister forces will do whatever they can to put a wrench in the gimmicks. But he said, I know these people and I can negotiate with them. I had a dream.
Well, Laji, you're kind of breaking up, but I can listen to it like when I get back on the base. I'm going to re-listen to the program and hear what you were saying.
I had a dream. This is one of the things that I think we should begin to just start looking at as we watch this drama play before us. Because there's been 2 entities in this planet, in this country, I mean, because the ascended master said this was the place where that was going to free up the whole world. They said they established America, and Saint Germain was actually at the conference where they was going to sign that Declaration of Independence from England. He said, sign. He was the guy. He's the guy, when you see this picture, that has on the hat. It's kind of like a top hat. He told them, they saw him in there. He said, sign that paper. Sign. Because especially the New Yorkers, the delegates from New York, they didn't want to sign. Most people, they were like apprehensive because it was a conspiracy. In fact, it was an act of treason against England. And he said, sign that.
Yeah.
The objective for establishing America was to have every person here a Christ-like being. So the sinister forces understood that, and they knew that. They were also in the room back in 17. I don't know if it was 1776 or whatever year actually.
Yeah, 1776. Yes.
What they did was, they decided, look, we can't have this happen. So they've been trying to work it, but there's been two forces: the natives, who they call Black Americans, us, was always fighting, always fight. It's been them and a president that had the guts to come up and do the right thing. That was George Washington, who they kidnapped and put in a double, right? That was Abraham Lincoln, as we know.
Yeah.
That was James.
I tell you, it's amazing. It's amazing how the unveiling
Cafonia,
situation
Laji,
is
Cafonia,
revealed.
Cafonia, Laji didn't finish his point.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Laji, continue what you were saying. You left off at George Washington's double.
George Washington's double. Then after George Washington, we had Abraham Lincoln. After Lincoln, we had James Garfield. You should hear some of the speeches that James Garfield said about Black people and how they could tell straight away he was going to help us out. He was like, look, there ain't no reason to keep going after these Black people. They ain't did nothing but try to help build this country. That was him. Then we had Lincoln. Then we had Kennedy. Any president that spoke well about Black people, they took out. So these are the two people. Us, the Native Americans, who they didn't go all the way over that treacherous sea to get and bring over here, but who's already here, and a president was willing to stand up against them. And we need to start seeing this, just like Jaden.
You gotta turn off your phone, Laji.
Yeah.
You know how to mute your phone?
No. Call Sandra for me.
All right, Cafonia, go ahead. Finish your point.
Let me finish this, because this is key.
Another thing that I observed with this whole circus is, I said, damn, the melanated, copper tone people hold this power that we don't even realize, because have you ever seen any other genre come out and promote? You know, it's unbelievable. And them twerking, it's crazy. I've never seen anything like this before. So that lets me know that there's power in our people, but we haven't realized that. But some people are realizing it. But I realized that, saying, but wait a minute, I have any other genre do that crap and get all hung up with emotions. And they didn't even perform. They just came.
Cafonia, what you talking about?
Like,
what are you talking about?
The Skamala rally that they had the other day.
Oh, no. Okay.
And the Beehive and other people.
You call it Skamala?
I don't say nothing.
Is that what you call it, Cafonia? Skamala?
Oh, man.
Huh?
Did you call it Skamala?
Yes. And let me tell you, I want to give a special shout out. I don't care if you don't like me anymore, but you got to give a special shout out to Candace Owens. She is
my God. Yes, you do.
That lady's lineage, which is Indian, Hindu, and Irish.
Is Jewish, Hindu, and Irish.
Jewish.
Not only that, but her mother was part of the Manhattan Project, and she was working with the deep state. Her family had 1,200
listen to Candace Owens. She goes in. She broke down everything and got even her family members.
Yeah. They're Jews.
To let them know that she is not black. She's not black. She haven't had the African American or Native American or whatever you want to call it experience in these places here, what they call USA.
Yeah, well, why is it that they have these emotional church-going, praise Jesus folks that's saying, oh, yes, praise the Lord and bless Skamala? What's wrong with our folks?
Because they are emotionally vetted to the BS. They don't want the facts. How are you going to give something away for nothing? You can't do that. I don't care who's in there. You know, she has been in there for 4 years. What have you done for me lately? Nothing. And she even said it, but she did it for the Asians. You can't even do anything to the Asians and to the alphabet community.
No,
But she wouldn't do anything in place for the indigenous people of this land.
Well, listen, who's up there is a reflection of what's down there also. I mean, you know, ain't nobody in our neighborhoods are innocent, because the level of loving to hate and hate to love is viral, more viral than any scandemic. There's more hate-demic and bad mouth-endemic in communities prior to the arrival of Columbus.
You know,
if we were organized before Columbus came, we would have known and did like the Japanese did and chopped their heads off when their boat crashed up on the rocks. Now, what kind of in-house fighting was going on that was going on in the island of Haiti and the families in the Americas, the Iroquois Confederacy? How come the shamans didn't pick up on the pre-arrival of these occupants, and how come they didn't act collectively until it was too late? So you can't blame nobody. You can't blame water for entering a boat with a hole in it. We always like to point the finger.
That is true.
If you was a boxer, if there was a boxer and he would bitch like some folks do in our community, you'll be like, get your punk ass back into training and get your act together and stop blaming the champion.
Can't hear you.
The Tartarian history has been completely removed from our reality. So once we begin to realize she keeps cutting off. Can she not hear us?
No, she I don't think her phone is going in and out, Logi. So be patient with her.
All right. Hold
on, California. Logi's talking.
We got a whole civilization that's been totally
going. That's why I said I want to end with this.
Away from us.
Yeah, but now we're talking about what's happening right now. If you go to Philly, you better be in an ambulance or a police car, because the black on black crime will get you smoked. Now there's no getting around that. The hate, the hate to love, the love to hate is viral in urban cities.
You think it's worse than it's better in New York?
We're not the only one.
No, we're not. Nobody said that. Nobody said we're the only ones. We're in the dark ages of pre-K souls incarnated, where the worst of humanity has to be born before we go into the age of enlightenment. We are not in the age of enlightenment, family. As sweet as that sounds, as sweet Jesus says, we are in the dark ass ages, and you best believe it.
I think we are at the vanguard of the golden age, and it's beings like ourselves, along with the spiritual children, along with the.
Hold on. California got something to say because our phone is about to die.
I just want people to understand more than ever that love is the greatest force in the multiverse and the universe. And those people who are causing all the chaos and whatnot have gone through some traumatic experiences in their lives, and they're just acting it out.
Well, that's all.
Invest in the so-called control media, because you're not going to get the whole story. Do your due diligence and don't deal with emotions, because emotions is not going to help you in any situation. It's not going to help you. You got to look at the facts, like our attorney did when he did his presentation. And on that note, on November 9th, Brother Inkaru is going to be doing a pop-up at Nicholas, Brooklyn. And there's going to be a neo-soul type of vibration this coming Saturday at Nicholas, Brooklyn. But just go to nicholasbrooklyn.com and you'll get all the information. And Uncle Hanky, thank you so much for allowing me to speak. Brother Laji, keep up the great work. And to the people in the chat, one love always, and always do your due diligence first and foremost. And love yourself more than you love anybody else. Charity, one love, one heart. Let's get together so we can feel all right.
All right. You're breaking up, so we'll catch you later. Thank you, California. Bless.
Peace, my sister.
All right. We were doing that on the wing, Laji, you know, because she's on the move. You know, California's in Jersey. I don't know. She was traveling somewhere, so she couldn't always hear you talking. And you know,
that's what I figured out.
Yeah, so that's why there was the sound. So, like I said, we canoeing through the swamp of the Kali Yuga. We are canoeing through the swamp. Share with the family what Kali Yuga is, Laji.
The Kali Yuga is the fourth age, or the Iron Age, and we have come into, and it's supposed to last 432,000 years. 400. Now, what I heard, we're in the middle of the Kali Yuga, but from what the Ascended Masters was saying, we're going into the Kali Yuga in the period of the Golden Age, and with this is the beginning of it. So people like ourselves, people light bearers, we're the vanguard of these what do you call them? Indigo children, diamond children, light bearers. They're coming in, and they're coming in with genius qualities, man. There's a bunch on the internet. I mean, these kids, man, they got the large brain cells. But the deal is, we got to be able to teach them, show them the right way, and allow them in. Now, there's been 55 million of them unalived by our sisters alone. There's been 70 million unalived.
Wait, say that slower.
There's been
say that again.
55 million of them unalived by our sisters alone. 70 million.
You're talking about wait, unalived by abortions?
Yes. Now, if you were to take 6 and to put it into that, that's 6 times what Hitler did in Nazi Germany, all right, to Jews. So they have inured us, confused us, bamboozled us into thinking that doing that to our unborn children is their right, and totally taking any right from us, because we are the life bearers. We are the one with the seeds of life. But imagine how many of those light bearers, was there a Messiah within that 55 million? Was there a Messiah in there? Was there many Messiahs? Were there many geniuses? Were there many Malcolm X or Martin Luther Kings or Kennedys or any number of people, Malcolm X's or my great hero, the greatest, Ali? How many of them were in that 70 million by just America alone? And let's think about this too. Who in their right mind would fight for the right to unalive their unborn children? What kind of mentality is that?
The one that's on the planet right now.
Yeah. And so these are the forces we're fighting against. But I really feel like this, although this is that part where we're going out of the end of the Kali Yuga into the Golden Age, we're going to be the ones that spread the word. We're going to be out here spreading the word and coming up with techniques to change that. That's what I think. And these children that are coming in, if they're allowed to come in or they're allowed to be born, they got a greater power and a greater mission to come here and set this thing alight.
Well, you know, I know that, and share this, is it India, China, or both countries that kill so many of their female babies that there's a shortage? Is it in China? There's a shortage of women, or India, or both?
China.
I heard it was also India.
I haven't heard that. And this unaliving thing in India, they're not with it at all. They feel like that's a great wealth. They also get stuff like this, right? instead of having the coins, they have the women, and in Africa they're doing this too. Where in fact, you know about this, Hank, where they got necklaces where they could take it off and pay for it and stuff like that. So they see their money and their wealth in land and in gold. Another thing they're doing that's real smart is they're telling their kids to go to school to be engineers or doctors because it's a high elite job and there's always room for those two. We have our children go to do any and everything, and which is if you're going to school to get educated, you're going to school to get educated so you can have a better life. You know, not so you could be working for somebody, this, that, and the other. You going to school to be inventors, which are engineers. You're going to school to be wealthy, which would be obviously a doctor or a high middle class or just part of the rich. So these are certain things that we need to look at, that we need to be gearing our children into before they take their first breath. Because if you can train them to be a doctor or an engineer before in the womb, see now the game is done.
Yeah, it is India. It's India and China that did the bias as far as killing or removing or neutralizing the female babies. I'm reading right now, Chat GPT. Yes, India has faced an ongoing issue of skewed gender ratios at birth with fewer female babies than male ones due to a cultural preference for sons. This imbalance is partly due to practices like sex-selective abortion, despite it being illegal in India. The cultural preference stems from economic and social factors, such as the cost of dowries and the view that sons carry on the family name and support parents in old age. Government and social programs aim to address this imbalance. Campaigns like Beti Bachao, Save the Daughter, Educate the Daughter, work to change cultural attitudes and promote the importance of girls. That's why they have such problems with rape and murder in India.
Really?
Yeah. Man, where you been? Hold on, let me finish reading this. And legal measures are also enforced to prevent sex-selective abortions. However, achieving gender balance remains a challenge, especially in rural areas where these cultural preferences tend to be more deeply ingrained. That's India. India got a dark history of unaliving their female babies. So now I'm going to ask about China.
Is abortions illegal in India?
What?
Are abortions illegal in India?
It don't matter.
No,
because some of the places. Look it up on your phone.
Oh, okay.
Look it up. Look it up.
She got the phone. Listen,
India is not in no golden age Egypt, bro. India is in the Kali Yuga cycle too, with folks crazy. So it's a global thing.
It's a global thing. There's no doubt about it. But I was under the impression that it was illegal, and if it's happening, it was happening.
Man, I mean, it happens so much with the mass murders. They have such travesties in India that the news come over here in the States.
Yeah. Like there's a book called Dalit. I read this quite a while ago, and I forget the guy's name. He's big in India, and he was talking about how they go in this. Because the Indians are way darker than we are. I want to let you know. The ones that you see coming over here, those are the ones that got money. The dark-skinned Indians in the South, we'd have to pray to get as dark as they are, and they really are black. And
hold on. That's going off the subject.
Oh, I thought we was talking about that.
No, we aren't talking about the dark color of the skin. We're talking about the removal of the females in India, and China faces a similar problem.
Well, we know China's been doing that for decades.
And I just pulled it up on China. China also faces a similar gender imbalance, primarily due to decades of policies and cultural preferences favoring sons. So India and China got this problem now, shortage of females.
Really? They got shortage of females in China now?
And India.
I find
the most significant factor contributing to this imbalance was the one-child policy, which was enforced from 1980 to 2015. During this period, families often preferred having a male child, as sons, like in India, also in China, were traditionally seen as carriers of the family name and a form of security for parents in old age. This preference led to a higher rates of sex-selective abortions like India and even abandonment of female infants in some areas. Although the one-child policy has been replaced with a two-child policy and now a three-child policy,
Oh,
the
really?
effects of the gender imbalance are still felt. China's population has a surplus of men, like India. India has a surplus of men. China has a surplus of men, especially in younger generations, leading to social challenges like a significant number of men unable to find spouses, sometimes referred to as bare branches. The government has since worked to address these issues through awareness campaigns and incentives, and shifting cultural perspectives is also a key part of this effort. However, like in India, it is a long-term challenge that will take time to fully balance. Ain't that something? We're still in Kali Yuga, boy. We're in the Halloween cycle of time. And how long you say it's going to be before it come out of it?
Well, we're going to be coming out of it now, but we're really in the middle of the Kali Yuga.
Yeah, we're in the middle of Kali Yuga. So we're in imagine a Halloween cycle that lasts tens and thousands of years, with the worst souls of creation being incarnated to act out their madness, and then after that shadow wave of thriller mutants, then we come into the golden age. Man, buckle your seatbelts.
Yeah, because it's happening right now.
So, family, in summary, get your detox on with herbalresults.net and get your regeneration on with ypowersupplement.com, because you don't want to recharge and get younger while you got the cooties. Can you imagine what that would look like on a man or a woman, Laji?
I'm looking at it every time I go outside.
Shit. That's funny as hell.
That's what we're looking at. I think many of us got the cooties and don't even know we have it. And I mean that literally. Many of us got venereal. I don't know. Can you say venereal disease?
Well, just say VD, bro.
Okay, VD. And don't even know we got it. And
they got new ones now.
They got new ones. Much worse than what it used to be. And there's an epidemic here. And matter of fact, all the cities, they got big posters here in Atlanta about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what? You should look up YouTube guidelines of what you can say and you can't say. Have you thought of looking that up?
I thought of going to Patreon and Rumble. That's what I thought about. To boycott something that's going against our constitutional rights and go somewhere else. That's what I thought about.
Listen, there is no constitutional rights. You on somebody's corporate platform.
Well, I can't argue that.
I bet you in your house, there's a whole nother story that's happened. I ain't never going to hear that story.
No, you're not.
Constitutional rights.
Yeah, but I'll be fighting for it. I fight for it. I'll be talking about satanic feminism and the satanic women's lib. I'm not with their agenda. I'm not with it. I hate it. It's satanic.
Listen, this is a good one. Kevin said, yo, what's up, cuz? Are you aware that China is sending men to African countries to start families? That means by the time you are super great-great-grandpa, you're going to be seeing exotic Chinese, African men and women coming over, migrating, because they're going to migrate over here eventually.
I don't know. They're building up Africa, and what better way to take over a land than to have genetic ties with that land? They're not stupid.
No, they ain't got no women in China.
Yeah.
It's like, look, and you know how our sisters are built in Africa. Bang, 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 bang. The Chinese men will probably say, ni hao mai.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Hello.
Oh,
Yep.
they arrested some Chinese internationals. They were building something in I think it was the Congo or Ghana, and they just and they did something and caused the death of many people. And the people went in there and arrested them. They had that on YouTube, and I thought that was interesting how they just went in there and took them out. Just went in there and took them out. That's kind of deep. That's kind of deep. I wonder if something like that going to happen here very, very soon. Just go right in the White House and say, no, you can't steal any more elections. That's over.
All we gotta do is sit back and watch because we really don't have a dog in this fight.
I don't know about that.
Really don't.
About that.
Because nothing is as this. Even the movie Mission Impossible is showing you don't know who the players are.
No, you don't.
You really don't know who the players are.
You don't.
When you put those rubber suits on and the rubber mask, face mask, you don't know who's who or what's up.
And that's real.
And that's real.
Real. I saw a woman on YouTube who was in the office. She was telling about the story. She was in Bush's office telling about that technology, the mask, and and he says to her, I'd like to see that. And she said to him, Mr. President, I'm wearing one now. Yeah.
So she started peeling off the mask while Mission Impossible theme music played. Dun 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 dun.
Yeah, right in the Oval Office. So yeah.
Oh, this was fun. Okay, family. Also, listen, while we're going into this season, be mindful to drink on a daily, at least several times a day, Kinkaliba tea. These are some of the documented benefits. And let me put on the banner where you can research the documented benefits of Kinkaliba tea. All right. Logi, was you here when I shared that I had an iridology reading?
No, I wasn't. How long ago was that?
Last weekend.
Oh, it was a weekend program. All right.
And the guy looked in my eye and said, wow, pretty good.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because your eyes is the windows of the soul, but it also a map of your physical health. Now, we're all working something out, but this is kinkaliba.net. So that's another website. So you can get your Kinkaliba tea, special acknowledgement to Sheikh Amadou Bamba, because the French, they tried to take over Senegal and make it a Christian country. And Sheikh Amadou Bamba was taking care of he was a peaceful activist. And little did they know that he's also a proponent of drinking Kinkaliba as a lifestyle to maintain good health in the body. And I just drank my third cup Kinkaliba today.
I'm going to start a 90-day process of giving up my chai and starting with all the power pieces I know. This what we heard from brother herbalresults.net. The Y powder already started back on. And there is the Kalia Kalpa formula. I want to implement that again, use that, and let that be the boom. If that hits you with so much energy, it's like you feel it in your brain. Your brain for about 5 minutes feels like sizzling, and get back on it.
Okay. So family, I want to thank you. This is the information that we have to share with you tonight. Detox with herbalresults.net. Reactivate with Y Power Supplement, and drink daily the Kinkaliba tea so you can feel the best you want to be. All right. And here's Logi's information in case you want to call him. This is Logi's contact info.
I want to ask you something, Hank, about that. I don't know if you know it or not, but Amazon has been stealing money out of the Cash App account, and they said to contact the bank. I don't know a bank. When I went to my bank, they said we don't got nothing to do with that. Has that ever
Well,
happened?
why are you using Cash App?
Because it's one of the institutions out there that you can use.
So then, just because you can, don't mean you should. So get rid of it.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm gonna have to do.
Let's keep it simple.
Okay.
All right. Just because you can. Yo, listen, I had somebody, Logi, somebody just family, somebody was like having good conversation. And then they hit me up later and said, folks, instead of saying, have you noticed, Logi, that there's a folks be hitting you up, and instead of asking you, like our nieces and nephews say, I need money, but instead of saying, could you send me some?
I thought that's what family do. I'm so used to it, I didn't even realize it was wrong.
No, they don't say, may I or can I get some help? They just say like, oh, I need a house mortgage, or I need a car down payment, or I need a deposit for my apartment. I just need it. I ain't asked you. I just told you.
So that
Have
means
you noticed that?
asking you to give it to them. So then I tell them, people in hell need rainwater.
You say what?
People in hell need rainwater with ice. Yeah. Oh, I'll have it in about 6 weeks because I got an investment. I can't take it out before then. Then they kind of like realize, well, you ain't gonna give it to me.
Somebody was asking, what product was you talking about that you said you're gonna start using?
The Calya Kappa. That's a number of different products. I don't know if we got time for that, but that's a number of different products that rejuvenates you back from an old man to 25 years old. But there's more to it than just the products. But just taking the products alone is very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. But that's almost like a $200 a month investment of all the herbs and vitamins you have to buy. Now, when you got and the way you do that actually is you got to be in a place where there's no sun, and you got to, and ain't no almost, you got to be in a state where you can be in a state of suspended animation. If you're in that state and no sun comes into the room that you're in, your body will, and you're taking the Calya Kappa formula, your body will automatically start regenerating.
All right, well, that's definitely another time for another show.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Night. Thanks, Logi.
Peace, my brother.
Peace,
everybody.